I've just released an album
Hmm.
like a few weeks ago, and
It's
I've
awesome, actually. By the way.
thank you very much.
Mm.
But I've told myself like if this doesn't get if no one cares, if this doesn't get any recognition from like I don't know the press or even my friends or new people like you, if this doesn't go out, if it doesn't go anywhere, I'm not gonna carry on doing it. I'm 30 and I'm not 20 anymore when I can be like, I have my whole life in front of me. No, I'm 30 and if fucking record that I did with all my heart and blood and soul and sweat doesn't work, then I was not meant to do it. You know
No,
what I mean? Like
no,
I'm not of those people who carry on, and never give up on something then they shouldn't really do.
no,
So
no. Sorry. Then
yeah.
be prepared. I have now entered your life, and I'm going to be bugging you about this for the entire time that I know you because there's no way this album is good. Like the songs, like I don't know. There's like something about like I'm not on anywhere close to the level of musicianship of you, but I feel like it's something about it just feels the way I felt when I first started making music. It's something that's like so personal and so like emotional and melancholy, which is I this is my favorite feeling, that happy sad feeling. Like
Yeah.
I love feeling like this actually, and this makes me feel so much when I was listening to it. I just I couldn't stop listening to it all day the other day. Like I was so no, I refuse to let you. It's not
Stop.
happening. I'm gonna be bugging you. I'm gonna be showing up at your job, like trying to get you
I'm my new job.
fired.
Well, thank you so much. It was made with a lot of, yeah, it was hard making it. I'm not gonna lie.
But
But
why, how could you possibly think that it, you would think that it has something to do with the music or some other missing piece?
if it didn't work at all,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would think, yeah, the missing piece would come from me. Like I missed something.
Hmm.
This was not. I don't. I guess if that didn't resonate with as many people as it did, or like with anyone, then I would have thought my perception of music is wrong
Hmm.
or very different from most people.
Hmm.
And therefore, I should let people who can actually carry emotions carry them. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, leave the music cheap to people who can actually make it. Because turns out I thought that, like I was putting my emotions into something and
Hmm.
then that didn't resonate with anyone. So maybe I'm just not a good translator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Full
yes and
circle.
no, no, because I don't know because I mean I think about the first records that I made. Hold on one second. La la la. Um, ah, I can't be
No, no,
thinking about this. Um, when I think about like my first few records, they weren't my first two records weren't good, and I didn't quit when they weren't good, and this is great, and I don't think this is a, I don't know, man. You can't go by who didn't hear it. That doesn't, it's sometimes things are slow burners or like or there's other things outside of the music that maybe you can work on, or do you think you spent your whole load? Like now, if you try to make something new, it's
no, I have actually. I have made new songs already,
mhm.
but I I tried go somewhere else.
Musically, you mean?
So yeah, so here's what happened. I met Chicago, and Chicago met me.
Mm-hmm.
And this meeting sparked a whole new vision of music for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is still me, and I found people that understand what I want to do and what I do and how I do it and the weird ways that I do it, and they're totally cool with it. But I think what I'm gonna do next is gonna have this was me all alone by myself,
Mm-hmm.
with no one and nothing around, and or nothing but nature around,
Mm-hmm.
and just like my thoughts and my heartache and
Mm-hmm.
my failure hard
Failure.
word,
Yeah.
failure. And this is me meeting up with, meeting with great people, and just like try to share visions
Mm-hmm.
and see how it sounds like.
This is the
Not,
new stuff you're talking about.
yeah. So here's the thing. Once I needed to, also I'm a girl, right?
Are you? Okay.
I am. I know it's like, it's getting dark here, but I am. Women in this industry are very rarely taken seriously as producers. They are as singers. They are 100% as cute singers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beautiful singers, so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they even write lyrics, and sometimes they play guitar. How many of them actually fucking produce a whole record? You know what I mean? And then, even if they do, then it's kind of hard to sell it and to not have a bunch of guys behind be like, yeah, but well, I'll play bass, and then like, yeah, but I'll play synth. You know what I mean? Like having a 100% female made record, but not only like female, like one only female. Like, you know what I mean? This was very important to me, and I needed to prove myself that I could do it, and that I didn't need anyone's opinion on it, and I didn't need any parables to come and like, sprinkle knowledge, on it. Like, oh, maybe you should da da da. Like, this is all me. But once that is done, once that I've proven myself capable of doing so, then it's time to share, and it's time to invite people. It's like, so that's a very exciting new.
So okay, but hold on, what's this? So okay, so
I smoke your high.
But you did it. You did it already. Okay, so you produced it. You produced it. You said you mixed it yourself as well, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so
yeah,
who's not going to take you seriously? It's already done. Like,
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now that it is,
yeah.
Now that I needed to do that first before actually collaborating with very talented people and like share, share the light. Because I'm a girl, I'm gonna be, pushed aside to the.
No.
But it happens though. It happens all the time. It does.
Everybody gets pushed aside though.
Yeah, but I guess it has to do with myself and what I wanted to do for me, and not for what other people think.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, but see, well, you have to keep on that track then. You have to see that as far as like you keep moving on to the next project. I don't think it should end there. I don't think 30 has anything to do with it. Like no way. Like no, you're too good.
Oh, thank you.
And not even for a girl, not good for a girl. You're just good. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I would encourage.
But that's a step. That's a step. You're good versus you're good for a girl. That's a step. That's what I'm saying. That's an achievement. That's where I wanted to get to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
But
that I can fuck with.
Yeah, but like
you're good. It doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy. Yeah. And also like being in a weird way, being desexualized. You know what I mean? Because girls or women are so fucking sexualized all the time, and sometimes to the point where it's like music doesn't really matter anymore. You matter. Your body matters.
Mhm.
The designer clothes you're wearing matter. The
Mhm.
music you make doesn't matter. I want it to be, not to be like pretentious or anything. I'm not saying like as good, but in the line of Nina Simone, do you care
Mhm.
about what Nina Simone looks like?
Yeah.
Janis Joplin,
Yeah.
Tracy Chapman. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
Of
girls
course.
that are
Yes. Yes. Yes.
il
Yes.
est
Okay. Well, hold on. Hold on.
incarnate.
Huh?
Sorry,
Oh
nothing.
no, I was gonna say, you also have to take into account the times or whatever. Um, I think when I look at not just the women, when I look at men who were making music back pre music video days, there's no way, there's no way they could, that they could have a career today. Like it's
Yeah,
like they're just like no, not with this space. Like no,
no.
you know,
Etta James,
yeah,
dude, no one would have wanted Etta James.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
yeah, so that's what I
Or
mean. Like the thing is I this is actually one thing that I noticed when I was looking at your Instagram. There's a noticeable lack of pictures of you. Like a noticeable absence of imagery of yourself, and I think that like
isn't it refreshing?
well, I mean, well, it's I come from electronic music, so like half of the people you don't know what any of these
You
people
don't
look
see what
like.
they look like.
Like
Yeah.
so, the thing is um, I I my whole thing is I think people have a tendency to assign certain issue. I'm not trying to say that it isn't tough for women. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I think if you talk to some men, they would also tell you, "Oh, if I wasn't, if I didn't have this big nose, or if I, you know what I mean, or if I didn't
Yeah.
lose my hair,
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know what I
Body
mean."
image works, yeah, for
Yeah.
both sexes. Sure.
So, and the thing is when it comes to this stuff, I don't want to say it. I want to say it in the right way, but when it comes to this stuff, you have to do it like a man would do and not care.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is kind of what I think guys. This is kind of that difference. Like guys are like, I don't care. I'm just going to keep on going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that like I don't want to keep blowing smoke up your ass or whatever, but like I'm not. No, I'm just complimenting you. Actually, if I was blowing smoke up your ass, that would mean that I didn't mean what I said. But I
Hmm.
mean, like I really appreciate what you do. What you do, and if like I'm serious, I wouldn't. If you were my actual friend, there's no way in the world I would let you. If I had any influence on you, I would never let you quit. You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
way. You know what I mean? And so the the thing is like if this is that first project, you can't let that break you. You know what I mean? Like you have to just keep going regardless, no matter what.
No, but I said I would give up had no one talked about it, but turns out people actually did. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm not stopping.
Oh, okay,
I'm
good.
like
Okay, good.
totally.
I missed that part.
I
Good.
am. I'm like super, super. No, that's like how fucking blessed and lucky I am. Like people actually talked about it and were very responsive, and the community is growing, slowly. And I'm going on tour this fall, and so it's all good. Like I'm not gonna quit. But I was saying, had it not been that talked about, or like so, had not get such a great response, then I would have probably not carried on. You know what I mean? Because this was so much work. But then it actually did. So I'm not stopping at all. I'm saying like,
No, see,
au con-
come on.
to the
No,
contrary, I'm like,
no.
I'm working on new music now, and I'm collaborating with very cool people, and
But
so
see,
that's all good.
the point that I'm making is you should have this same
Even if,
approach. Yeah, even if
yeah,
no one
yeah,
talked
yeah,
about it. That's the
I feel
point.
it.
Like,
You're
it's,
right. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like, come on, man. Like, don't, like, I don't think you should. I don't think you should doubt yourself. Like, I'm sure there's enough people that tell you what you did was good for you to know. Because I mean, like, we did our first album, and I don't. I had like way higher expectations for what was going to happen, but it didn't really, like, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do or hoped it would do, and it didn't really make me it didn't really stop anything for me. Like I just started to think about like, okay, what do I do differently the next time? And I think this is always the question, like,
Yeah.
because you don't I guarantee you if you would have stopped at thinking that this was going to somehow you probably be miserable. You know what I mean? You'd be
Yeah.
kicking your dog and like, you know, snatching old ladies' purses because you'd be upset
Yeah.
that you didn't, we don't need more hooligans. You know what I mean? So that's,
Totally.
so I mean, I think you should stay the course.